Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and this is Life with Lindsay. Today we have a post review for you. I am very, very excited to share this. This is my kiddo. But if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Lindsay. I do mainly diamond painting and some other crafting related content from time to time. And I would love if you would like, subscribe, hit the bell, hop aboard the Hot Mess Express. Let's all be friends. If you've been here before, hi, welcome. Thanks for coming back. So, many of you have probably noticed that I've been very quiet over the summer, with my kiddo home with me 24/7, with the exception of a couple days of camp throughout the summer. It made it really hard to find not only time to diamond paint, but time to like record. So when I got this one in the mail, it was instant. Now I will say, if you guys saw the unboxing for this, I put that up, I don't know how many weeks ago, but it only took me a few days to complete it. I will link that one up in the eye for you guys. That explains a little bit more of the process on how to go ahead and order one. This is my custom pixel portrait. This is from JollyGemShop. They do take custom orders, and they now also do custom pet pixel portraits as well. So a quick recap of this process in case anybody wants to know a little bit about it. When you apply, you pay for your spot, and you can choose either round or square. I chose mine in round. And you pick your person, the background, if there's an item or object you want. Like this one, I told them she liked hearts. And then you tell them favorite color and then the object. Now, if anybody is like brand new here, you probably won't know the significance of this as much as people who've been around. But I'll share that with you. I don't share my daughter on social media. I let her chat when we do videos and stuff like that, but I don't ever share her face on social media. So when this opportunity came around, I thought this was a great opportunity for me to share with everybody a little bit about my daughter without putting her safety at risk. So this is my daughter. This is B. She is cute as a button, and if you know her, like, they did such a good job on this. It's so good. So when I went through the process, I gave them a couple pictures. I described things about her. I mentioned she likes pink, obviously. And then the hearts were the background. Now, you guys may or may not be able to see, there are white snowflakes in AB throughout. They're a little hard to see. I love how they look. I do kind of wish that they were outlined a little bit more in another color, a contrasting color, so you could see it. Or the background was darker for them to pop out. I can see them better in camera than I can in person, which I think is pretty common. And then the hearts are all with special drills. But I gave lots of reference photos of what my kiddo looks like, what she was into. She often likes to wear cat ears. My kiddo loves cats and ducks. Meet Georgie. That is Georgie the duck. And she is a figure skater, so they included her ice skate as well. If you see this taped out at the bottom, my actual whole name is on this, because it's my personal custom. So I did cover that so that is not there. But let me grab my information for you guys. As I mentioned, this is from JollyGemShop. This took me a total of 4 days. It was 12 hours and 44 minutes over the span of 4 days. I started in mid-August, and I finished it towards the end of August. But I did not work, obviously, consecutive days. So with this one, I chose the round drill one. This is a 40 by 40. It had 61 colors, including 2 ABs, 3 crystals, and 1 twinkle drill, which is like their glitter drill, not to be confused with a dust drill. And keep in mind, when I tell you guys about how long something took me, it's not because it's a race. I do keep track of that. I keep track of all of my diamond paintings. If anybody ever wants a walkthrough of this, let me know. It's not really that exciting, but I do keep it, and I am coming towards the end of mine now. I only have a few more pages. And I've always kept track, not always, I think since my 10th diamond painting. And I just finished my 107th diamond painting. But I keep track of that. I like to keep my body moving. If I sit for too long, my feet and my legs swell. So I do keep a timer, and I do keep track of that. But it's not for competition purposes. But anyway, you can do this in round. You can do it in square. When you go through the process of the artist doing her charting of it, her imaging of it. You have one opportunity if there's something you disliked or whatever. For me, I did have them adjust the hair tone. I will be honest, I was a little nervous when I was putting it down. Some of these shades looked a little bit more green than Dirty Blonde. It looks good. I maybe would have chosen slightly different drill colors personally. I enjoyed the process of this. I enjoyed it because it was my kid. I enjoyed it because it's a super cute image. Tons of color blocking. Now, I will say the background is deceiving. There is a lot of like the checkerboarding. Let me show you guys my drills here. Grab them here. And as I mentioned, there are 61 colors. So the drills were great. I double checked with the owner to make sure, and these are eco resin drills. Because I wanted to make sure, if you guys have been here, you've heard my tangent, if you will, on Dreamer Designs not being forthcoming, that their rounds are actually acrylic. So I just wanted to clarify before I recorded anything. So here are the 61 colors, including, this is an AB here. There's only 60 spots here. That's why this one's out on its own. But I did want to show you guys. I have 3 colors that have extra ones. And this one has 1.5 full empty extra containers. So in terms of like the amount of drills, that was spectacular. I found there was no moments where I was, oh my God, am I going to run out of drills? Let's look at the special drills. So here are the glitter drills, the twinkle dust. So these are the ones, if you've ever seen them, they're, from my understanding, they are all a gold glitter on whatever color drill it is. These are the 3 crystals. And as I mentioned, these were in the background. These were in eyeballs, which is interesting because my kid has blue eyes, and that's definitely a green drill, but it works. I honestly thought it was going to be more in the duck, which there was none in the duck. And then here are the 2 ABs. A white one. I'm calling this toothpaste. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but it's like that light mint. So I had plenty of drills and plenty of extra drills. Let me move that. I had very little trash. Here is my trash. You can see I've got like one that had too much resin, one that was connected, and a couple that are just a little smaller. And that's it. That's all I had. I will say, something to keep in mind when it comes to a post review is things that are important to me may not be important to you and vice versa. So for me, that I'm not overly particular about trash. I don't go through my tray and pick it out before, unless it's in my way. But I also am willing to use drills that have slight imperfections, but I didn't have the need to because there was literally that little amount of trash. I will say one thing that did frustrate me, and I will put photos in as I'm talking about it. The symbol choices that were used, and I know that that's for the manufacturer when they render. I don't understand why certain companies even have access to certain symbols. Now, that being said, if this was a square drill canvas, would it have fully covered? I don't know. Hopefully, but I don't know. But they chose, let me grab the drill so I can show you, and then I'll zoom in to show you the picture. They chose some of the largest of the symbols under the skin tone. So this one right here, it's primarily like in her face and in her arm. And no matter if I single placed, if I readjusted, it did not matter. Can you guys see that? The symbol itself is bigger than the drill. And it doesn't matter. Could I put mica powder on it? Sure. Am I going to? Probably not. I am one of those people that when I'm done the diamond painting, I'm done the diamond painting. I don't want to have to do anything extra to it. I don't want to have to readjust things or have to seal it or do anything like that. I don't want to have to paint, and I just want it to be done. Now, in this case, I will probably get a frame and put this up in my kiddo's room. But I do want to point that out, that you can see it in this arm too. It just was frustrating. Now, there were a couple issues with the glue for me. It doesn't really extend past the little bit down here in the corner. So that was super nice. But I did notice, typically when I work on a canvas, if I'm hunched over the canvas while I'm working, the area that bends over my table, I usually don't have any problems with that. I did that on this and I flipped the canvas, even though it's a small one. And I noticed that there were a couple drills that I had to replace. I noticed when I start like trying to straighten some that they were shifting around a little bit. I don't know if it's just the the glue didn't cure properly, but you can see there's a lot of these symbols that are bigger, and it's a little bit frustrating. Now, the thing I loved, you can see here, can you guys see that? So you can see the crystal in her eye, and then all these glitter drills. If you guys missed it, I will insert a picture of my daughter's glasses here. She has since moved on to a different pair of glasses, but has also requested we go back to these glasses at her next appointment. These are the glasses I think that most people who know her for. They are her Gucci and Gabbana as she walks around and tells people. They are purple, they are glittery, they are sparkly, they are all things my daughter. And if I was going to do a portrait of her at this age, this is exactly what I wanted it to be. In terms of the rendering and the image, I think it's super cute. I think they did a good job. There's a lot of gradient in the background, which you guys probably can't tell. It just looks really natural in the ombre. And I think it was really well done. Sometimes when I am working on a kit that has like a checkerboarded background, I feel like it's so obvious and there's no blending. Now, the fact that this is all shades of pink probably did help that. But I love this. So the artist who did this, HelenaSometimes. Is it HelenaSometimes or HelenaSometimes? I have been calling it HelenaSometimes, but I guess I'm not sure. So if I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. This is the first child she's ever drawn in a pixel art, and I think she captured it. My daughter is 7, so this is definitely a youthful child. It's not like a big kid who's on the cusp of like tweendom or anything like that. She is still very much a little kid, and she captured my kiddo. One thing I love, I know this is such a random thing, but one thing I love about my daughter physically, and that sounded really wrong, but she has the most adorable ears on the planet, and they're little heart-shaped ears, and I know that most people are like, an ear is an ear is an ear. But when I tell you, like, since the minute I met that child, and she was laid on my chest when she was born, I've been obsessing over how cute her ears are. And they just did such a good job of capturing that. Now, she is wearing an earring here, and it does kind of blend in with the hair. So if I really wanted to, I could change that out for more metallics. I think metallics would look nice in that. I'm blown away with how they did the glasses. I think they're beautiful. I have seen a couple other people's portraits, and because they're adults, there's a lot more in terms of like eyelashes. But she's a little kid. I think it's so cute. I just wish that the symbol underneath the lightest part wasn't so big. Again, I could put mica powder there. Am I going to? Probably not. Overall, I enjoyed the process. Now, do keep in mind, this is not inexpensive by any means. So if you are somebody who's considering it and you're trying to compare it to like Dreamer Designs or Diamond Art Club prices, this is going to be pricier for what it is. But keep in mind, they are also paying an artist to completely create a one-of-a-kind and also hand-charted image that you get to contribute to. So there is obviously a higher cost involved in that, and the artist does get paid for her work, as she should. Overall, I'm super happy with it, and I would do it again. Oddly enough, I actually won one. When I purchased this one, my name was put into a drawing for somebody who could get a free custom. So I will do a custom of myself. I don't know exactly what mine will look like. If you guys have any recommendations, I'm thinking, like, I love blue. That's my jam. So, like, maybe, like, blue shirts, background, whatever. I mean, most of my shirts are, like, pro-feminism type t-shirts. I love stars and all things Halloween. And, obviously, Alice in Wonderland. I shouldn't say obviously. If you're new here, you have no idea that. But I love Alice in Wonderland. So, I don't know. I was thinking maybe, like, I could be holding something Alice in Wonderland related and maybe have, like, little ghosties or pumpkins in the background. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your opinions. I know there are a few of you out there that have gotten your own customs, so I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are on this. I will probably try to readjust the ones on her face a little bit more. From a distance, it looks fine, but again, when you're up close, you can absolutely see the symbols, and that's just a little bit of an annoyance for me, but keep in mind when you do this, there is no legend on the canvas itself. I was a little bit worried about that. I am one of those people that I work off my legend, and I keep my drills in DMC order. And there are some people who they can remember where their drills are in their container. For me, I struggle. So I had the paper legend that was printed with the amounts of drills and things like that with me, and I use that as needed. Most of the symbols were pretty easy to find in my storage container. It just took me a little bit longer than I would have liked. But again, this is from JollyGemShop. This is one of the pixel portraits. This is the option I chose for my daughter. You can customize yours however you would like. But I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you want to know more about the ordering process, please let me know. I would love to answer any questions that you guys might have. But I know if I keep rambling on, this video is going to be way, way, way too long. But if you guys made it all the way to the end, leave me a duck emoji, so I know you made it. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like this, or nothing like this at all, please make sure to give this video 2 thumbs up. One real life, one virtual. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Come join the Sparkle Squad. And while you're there, hit that notification bell. Dang. I do not operate on any sort of schedule. I operate on toddler standard time, and I record when my tiny human is sleeping or sleeping. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.